Hey guys, picked up a set of these trail doors off Amazon for $193 shipped. So that was the best deal by far I could find anywhere. So I decided to go ahead and give them a try, and I'm glad I did. They actually turned out pretty well. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do a little install video and review at the end of these trail doors. So a couple things I want to point out. There is no instructions with these, so it took a few minutes for me to figure out exactly which hinge goes where. These hinges are offset, so the rear set, it's the hinges where the main body of the hinge pin is to the top. And I'll show you a close-up on these. If you look on these, the front, the body of the hinge pin is actually towards the bottom. So you can see right here, this is the back door, and the main body of the hinge pin to the trail doors, or to the tube doors, is at the top. And on the front you can see the main body of the hinge pin is towards the bottom half of the hinge plate. These you actually have to bolt on. I already went ahead and I bolted them on, but you do have to attach the hinge pin brackets to the main body of the door. One thing I do want to mention, these do not come with mirrors. I had 3 sets of mirrors sitting in my garage from, just over time. I had picked them up for, driving around with the doors off, and so I already had mirrors to attach to here. I didn't buy extra mirrors. I will go ahead and in the description I'll put a link to the trail doors. Again, these were only $193 shipped. I could not find them anywhere near that price anywhere else, just on Amazon. This mirror, I had already picked up a set, and I just bolted it onto the hinge door. I did have to drill out a hole, not on the tube door itself, but on the bracket that came with the rear view mirror. I just drilled out a hole so it matches the hole, so it matched the hole in the tube door, and it just bolted right in. So again, I will post a link to the tube doors and to the mirrors in case anybody wants to buy the mirrors. As far as installing these, when you go to install these and attach these the hinge brackets, don't tighten them up, leave them loose. The reason being is you want to tighten these when it's latched to the door on the other side, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. But again, when you put on these hinge brackets, leave the bolts a little loose. Don't crank them down, don't tighten them up. You want to be able to move them around, and that way it adjusts properly. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick with a piece of cardboard how to adjust the striker on the catch. Okay, before you crank down the hinge plates, put a piece of cardboard, just like I did, in the striker plate. And what that does is that actually pushes up the door. And let me back it off a little bit so you can see the whole assembly here for the door strike. This is the latch system that comes on the tube doors. So what you want to do is you want to put a piece of cardboard in here, and what it does is it raises it up just enough, about 1/8 of an inch or so, where it just lines up perfectly with the striker. And that way everything is kind of pre-lined up, and what you can do at that point is you crank down these bolts, and the outside is an Allen and the inside is a just standard bolt. So I just have a piece of cardboard in here, and this just latches like so. You just push it in and you'll hear it catch. And again, this lifts the whole assembly up about 1/8 of an inch, and it just lines everything up real nice. And at that point, crank everything down. So we want to do the same thing on the back door. Leave these loose. We're going to come here, and we're just going to put the piece of cardboard in here, and just all you have to do is just jam it in there and push it. You'll hear it latch, and then once you do that, everything is, you know, kind of pre-lined up, and then you can come back and tighten up all the bolts for the hinge plates. I do want to mention one more time, the hinge plates, when you go to bolt them to the tube doors, the main body of the hinge pin on the rear doors is at the very top of the hinge plate, and on the fronts it's at the bottom of the hinge plate. Let's talk about the overall quality of the doors. Overall, they're solid. They don't really bend or twist or anything else. They don't rattle when you're driving down the road with them on. They have these nice little rubber bumpers, which really helps wedge these things in there. And when they're in there, they don't rattle, they don't move at all, which is pretty nice. They line up well. For the price, these are a fraction of the cost of a lot of the other, you know, more popular name brand tube doors. I really didn't want to spend $600-800 on tube doors. You know, these, like I said, they were like $193 shipped, and for the price, you can't beat them. They're solid. All right, I think that pretty much wraps it up. This is a brand new YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe.